Hello, welcome to all who have joined us today for an exciting session helping SMEs with their global business ambitions. We bring this to you as part of NASSCOM International SME Conclave 2022, an event which is exclusively focused on the SME ecosystem, reimagine business and resolve for a new and thriving future. Today we have with us HSB, who's totally committed to the growth of SMEs globally and in India. They truly believe that SMEs are the future corporates and their activities and balance sheet closely mirrors their thinking. They believe SMEs are the real wind behind India's sails. Well said. I would like to add, a banker who's a partner can truly become the wind behind the SME sails. They have a diverse customer set across manufacturing, education, startups. Today, we have the good fortune of talking to Mr. Prakash Jaiswal, Country Head of Business Banking Segment, Commercial Banking, HSB India. A warm welcome to him. He is responsible for the SME and startup portfolio of the commercial banking arm at HSBC. He has over 2 decades of rich experience in commercial banking. Welcome, Prakash.
Thanks, Uma. Thanks for the kind introduction. And you did mention the word partner, and I was very delighted to hear that. And that's how we would like to be known. I think every service provider today, leave alone banking, would like to be known as partners, and that's the time we live in. But before we begin, Uma, I just wanted to thank the NASSCOM team for giving us an opportunity to be part of NISC, NASSCOM International SME Conclave 2022. I hope I got the name right. And we're delighted to be a partner and make a contribution in the country's kind of endeavor to help SMEs. I know we're going to talk about international, but generally very happy to partner in a very small form to help SMEs, and that too with an organization like NASSCOM. So thanks for the opportunity, Uma, and really looking forward to have a good conversation with you.
Yeah, thank you. Prakash is being modest there, as we'll discover during this conversation. So we're going to start off with basic questions for all you people who are watching the show. Every IT company would like to sell abroad and earn in dollars. Who would not like to? And right now is the correct time to do. So my first question to Prakash is that when should SMEs consider going global? And what are the main sectors in which there are opportunities that present before them today? Can you throw some light on this?
Sure. No, thanks, Uma. That's a good question to start a conversation. And I always, I'm known, I mean, my team knows me saying this many times. If you go back 20 years back, and I'm going 20 years back, that's when I started my banking career. And the state of the economy was that you have to be of a size, a quality, and a vintage to think international, right? I remember a company has to be 1,000 crores to go international, or a 500 crore, and how times have changed, Uma. Today, I believe people should and people are thinking international right at the beginning of their life cycle. Yeah, and in fact, I see a lot of companies having an international plan when they actually make the business plan document before they break the coconut in a way, right? So it's delightful to see that. And I think it somewhere relates to the whole distance our country has traveled. And clearly we are more ambitious, we are more capable, our communication, digital, our navigation capabilities, knowledge is much better. So I would say in a summary, companies, SMEs getting international right at the beginning of the life cycle, early stage of the life cycle is order of the day today. And I think it's the right thing to do. But to answer your questions, and when should you go international, I think it depends on 2 things in my view, very broadly. One is your capability, and second is the opportunity. Any journey is part of function of these 2, right? If I talk about the IT and ITS in specific, I think both the boxes tick in a big way, right? Thick boxes or the bold box. Yeah, absolutely. The whole IT services space in India is about using the knowledge and the minds and the hands of Indians to serve the Western world, where the digital technology spend is much more, and we have a large role to play. That's how the industry was born maybe 20, 30 years back. So we see so many SMEs in the tech sector, including the new age tech sectors these days, where people want to go international because you have the capability and there is an opportunity to serve the meet the customer demand in the western part of the globe majorly. So I think specifically to IT right in the beginning, Uma, but as a general principle, it's a function of your own capability and the opportunity available. But it's a much better time than what it used to be, let's say 20 years back.
Yeah. I just thought I will just like to add 2 lines to your question. I've seen, it's difficult for a lot of SMEs to go global because you need to set your plant up there. You need to have your support there. But with IT, all these things do not matter. You can deliver sitting right at home. You can service, you can market. So it's not merely about exports. The entire life cycle of the business can be done from India. And I think that presents a fantastic opportunity. COVID has even changed a lot of things where almost all work is done from home. So it's absolutely the right time. Now we come to another interesting question. Okay, so which many of our viewers would probably want to know from you. And I label it as demystifying myths about HSBC. And there could be many myths, right? It could be about accessibility. It could be about expense of doing business with you, how difficult it is. So I just would like you to take each myth and, explain how HSBC comes out.
Yeah. No, thanks for asking this, Uma. This is actually my favorite question because I do encounter this question many times, and I'll give you the overall perspective. And I will talk about HSBC, obviously, but also in a way, talk about foreign banks in India in a way, because we belong to that category. So if you look at our perception in the market that we are largely a wholesale bank is not misplaced, first of all, because majority of our business in a country like India is wholesale today. But if you go deep and study and know colleagues and know our customers, you will know in the last 1 decade, and I would say last 1.5 decade, I would say, it's a very clear thought out strategy to go down the shape of the pyramid, right? We have an advantage, Uma, where our 2 large markets, UK and Hong Kong, and these are our home markets as we call it internally, we are a much larger SME bank. So we as an organization know the benefit of focusing on the bottom of the pyramid. I think for India, the time has come in the last decade and slightly more. We have been focusing on that segment a lot, right? And we, in a process, are trying to make ourselves fit for purpose for that segment. If I break that down into a few things, which in a way demystifies the perceptions, like for example, we are not a difficult bank to deal. In fact, in today's world, every service provider like ours is very, very easy to deal as compared to earlier because of multiple channels. We have an omni-channel concept to reach out to people, to serve clients. We are not costly. In fact, I would say today, yeah. And in a way, it's nice, right? I think we are, I don't know whether we are the cheapest, but we're one of the cheapest because technology makes you cheaper, which was not possible 15, 20 years back, right? We are very, very focused on growing our SME business. We are still small because, yeah, as compared to the larger banks in India, because that's how the market is structured. But we are very focused. We are growing our business brick by brick every day. We are focusing a lot on banking new customers. In the banking world, we call it NTB, new to bank, because that's how we will make our mark. And I think we are positioning ourselves to meet the banking needs of an SME customer where we can do a better job than other banks. Because that approach will make us a very high quality bank. We will not become the largest bank in India because of the whole banking market demography, but can we be the most relevant, most high quality, most international SME bank in the country? And I think we're making progress. We are very accessible, guys, and I say this in many forums that we are not difficult, we are not costly, there is no hidden cost. We are a nice bunch of people wanting to do business. So my team is a very hungry sales team. So we want to help you. And I think we will be very, very clear about our strength. And we would want SMEs to use us for our strengths. So what are our strengths? Our strengths are anything related to cross-border, any banking that you need, which is related to cross-border part of your business, we should come handy. We have the knowledge, we have the international knowledge. We obviously have the best-in-class technology and systems and governance in place. In fact, I must share this with you. A lot of companies, small companies, when they come to us, after a year, they actually thank us, saying we could learn from your governance. And since they deal with companies in the developed part of the world, they actually benefit by up tiering their processes and governance. We are a very serious bank. I think SME is the largest focus, one of the largest focus areas for the bank. And I say this, Uma, which I couldn't have said a decade back. I think India's time has come. The quality of Indian SMEs are way, way better in all respects. Even a 30 crore company promoter knows where the best machine is available. He uses the best software. He sells to the largest companies in the developed world. Okay, he uses SAP ERP right from the beginning, right? So I think our house view is that there has been an uplift in the quality of SMEs in India. And we being an international bank are at the right time to focus on this segment as well, because that's what we like. We want SMEs to be international. We want SMEs to be higher quality. The whole data quality in India, the availability of SME data in India, which was a big problem, right? I mean, just imagine, Uma, 15 years back, no bank would want to lend to SMEs because there were opaqueness. Today, it's completely reversed. Today, there is so much of data, you don't know what to do with them. We've changed from a data poor country to a data rich country. Now, even the developed world like US is amazed at the kind of digital technology. Look at UPI. US hasn't created UPI, we have. So I think we've come a long way. And I think we as a house are very, very excited about this journey. And we are doing very, very silent work on it. If you talk to our customers and ecosystem partners, you will see we want to be positioned as a bank which is serious, focused to offer best quality banking, and definitely be the best bank to kind of call on for any international need. Long answer, Uma, but I thought I should spend some time on
No, I think that said volumes. Just for people who are watching, since I happen to do some homework, for viewers out here, I would say, HSBC India corporate loan book grew at a compounded rate of 16% over the last 5 years, and led by tripling of loans to SMEs. So they truly are the wind behind the SME sales. And some of the customer stories talk about them being an empathetic partner, a phenomenal customer experience, a person who understands the way the SME, the owner thinks or the founder thinks, apart from the technical expertise, apart from the accessibility, apart from professional service, because of the technology, they're able to give you instant service, they're able to make it seamless and across many countries. So that's there for you to visit their sites and see. So we'll move on to the next question. So how are you positioned in India vis-a-vis the other players, other banks, other the PSUs or private banks or any other person to whom an SME can go? How is HSBC India positioned?
Yeah, so I think, Uma, if you look at the Indian industry demography, it is north of 70% market share is with PSU and the nationalized banks, which is led by a very large distribution. That clearly we don't have, right?
Right.
Yeah, and then you have the private banks, which are fast growing, and then we come on the third bracket of foreign banks. But if you see two changes in the Indian market. One, there's the market shift from the public banks to private and foreign banks, and we are benefiting from that shift. That shift started, let's say, 5-7 years back, and it's going to continue for a decade or so. And there is a lot of opportunity for a bank like us to capture and gain there. That's one. The second is the whole distribution constraint we have, because we don't have too many branches. We can't expand branches as a lot of nationalized banks can do. That constraint has resulted into us focusing a lot more on technology. And Prakash Technologies solves the problem of accessibility and reachability and scalability in a way. That's the second. The third thing is the whole financing leg. We have been lending to SMEs for very long time, but I think the real play book is creating now because you have access to data, right? So I would say these three things are changing our ambition and our positioning in the market, right? And the new world of collaboration with fintechs and neobanks is another thing, Uma, which is emerging. In fact, we are doing a lot of thinking on that part. As you know, government has come out with a draft paper on digital banking, which kind of breaks the whole constraint of brick and mortar model. So we as a bank are thinking a lot about that to support our ambition to support more SMEs. But obviously, we will do it in a manner it's allowed as per regulation and as per the banking market demography. But we're making progress. And those three things which I highlighted kind of are changing our presence in the market.
Okay. So that's really good. We have one more question out here for you. So here we found how you are different from other banks, and you're really, one of the things is you offer solutions which are meant for the corporates as well. You make no distinction. You offer this to the SMEs as well. And you have a basket of offerings which you give the SMEs. Would you like to briefly touch upon some of the main offerings that you give SMEs?
Yeah, I can. So I can start by saying that we are a full services bank. So we are a retail bank. So we can bank a person as a consumer and right till banking your business, both locally and internationally. So we are a full services bank in India. So there is nothing which we can't do, which any other bank can do. But there are a couple of areas we are good at. So the first one is that we are an international bank. We have a network of more than 60 countries. We are one of the largest trade finance bank globally. We have a market share of 10% of global trade finance. That's very large. We mirror close to 90% of movement of goods and services in the globe. So that's clearly anything, as I said in the beginning, anything cross-border is clearly our forte. But specifically, I will tell for SMEs, I think I see a trend that SMEs are not offered the best quality banking, primarily because you lack the best class technology, which solves the whole execution problem, the speed problem, the accessibility problem. I think that's one thing we are very consciously developing, and that makes us a lot of times very fit for an SME. There may be an SME which may not get the best class service. So I would say we can't become the largest SME bank in India, but can I become the best in class SME bank in India? Clearly helping SMEs just not on banking, but also on solving their other business problems. So I also wanted to mention very briefly that we have launched our Beyond Banking proposition. And without getting into too much of detail, what it means is that can we offer solutions which are your business problems other than banking? So can we solve your accounting problem? Can we solve your payroll problem? Can we solve your digital problem? Can we solve your, let's say, corporate services or shipping and logistics problems? So the whole under the connected banking or the beyond banking umbrella, we are trying to develop those capabilities. We want to be a wholesome or a relationship bank for any SME, and we should be able to meet all the requirements, not only in India but internationally as well. So that's our thinking. A lot of work is happening. Some it's already being offered, and a lot more are in works. Uma, that's how I would say it. Yeah.
Okay, so all of us who are hearing you, I think the first thing is to come and approach you and see how to make you a partner in our journey going global. So just a few lines, we have about a couple of minutes. So how does an SME contact HSBC and start this whole process going? Can you?
No, so absolutely. Yeah, so we have teams in 11 cities in India. And if you know them, you can reach out to them. you can go to our website. That's the easiest, which has the details of all of us. In fact, there is a section on our website where you can request for a meeting, and a colleague of ours will reach out to you in a couple of days. And you don't need to fill up too much detail. You can just give a basic detail of your business. So that's the best way to create accessibility. In today's world, all of us are on LinkedIn. So you can reach out to us on LinkedIn as well. But website, I think, is easiest. If you know any HSBC branch or office, you can walk in and ask for anybody in business banking. You will get one of us to talk to you. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you, Prakash. I think that was a very, very enriching and enlightening discussion. And I wish you all the best. I wish HSBC India all the very best. And in this journey, I think we are with you. You are with the SMEs. On this note, I would like to, we can close this discussion. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Uma. Thanks to NASSCOM again. And very nice talking to you, Uma.
Thank you.
Thanks.